make strong men.
Right.
When we see crap like this in, you got to do something, man.
Don't fool yourself. We still in slavery.
We being hanged, we being killed, and they love doing it.
One, two, 1, 2, 1, 2. All praise to the Most High. All praise to the Most High. Okay. It was just the intro for some reason. Okay, I hear everything now. Shalom, brothers and sisters. Most High in Christ bless you all. Happy Prep Day. Let's hold it. I'm hearing rings. Is this my? Oh, I'm sitting on mine. Dang. All kind of stuff going on. Well, I guess you know we live, right?
Yes, indeed.
All praise to the Most High. Sat on my what they call it, those tiles, those ring things.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what it was. So just trying to get it all together. Shalom, brothers and sisters. Most High in Christ bless you all. Happy Prep Day. A little bit of, not really technical difficulties, but it's time for us to, as Deacon Laba say, we in the building. We in the building. Welcome to another episode of the Bible, the Book of Our Fathers. We are going into our topic today, God's unity at the apex of our manifestation. What do you think about that title? God's unity at the apex of our manifestation. So we got the thumbnail up there, right? Can they see this? I want to know what screen. Okay. And basically, yeah, that's all right there. God's unity, because that's basically what the subject matter is about. It's about not just regular unity, it's about God's unity. Mm-hmm. And the reason why I stress that is because you often hear, especially in our community, unity. You hear people say that. And if you was to go around and ask a group, various groups of our people, like you go to our people in one city, go to our same people in another city, in another state, whatever, and ask them about unity, you'll get different answers because that's not God's unity.
Right.
And we don't fully understand. I've been saying this for a while. We really do not, I'm talking about as a collective, we do not understand the true meaning of unity when it comes to us. Okay? We need to really understand what unity really means. And the only way we're going to get a unanimous understanding is when we consult God's definition on unity. Okay? And the reason why, I'm going to move around in my thing. Give me the scripture, because I meant to write it down. Give me the scripture where it says endeavoring. Give me that. Because if you were to ask our people about unity, they make it sound like, our people make it sound like it's just something easy, like you just wake up, you have a bowl of ice cream, and then you just talk about unity. Right. They make it sound like it's just as easy as having a bowl of ice cream. That's the reason why I use that thing, right? Yeah. Unity, and everybody jumping up around. You got to endeavor to keep unity. Unity just does not just happen on its own. There's work involved in unity. Read that verse, and then give me Psalms 83.
Yes, sir.
And the third or the fourth verse. Read.
Ephesians chapter 4, verse 3. Endeavoring to keep the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace.
That's a class right there. For endeavoring to keep what did it say? Let's read it slow. Endeavoring, that means work. Can we look up the word endeavor? Okay, we got our brothers in the IT and all that. Let's, in the AV, got to call them by their right name now. What does it mean by endeavor?
Endeavor, verb.
There you go. Hold up, wait. It's a what?
It's a verb.
I'm glad you brought that out. So eating a bowl of ice cream is a verb, but it could be a verb. You know what I'm saying? When you put your chomps on that thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's some action there. But to endeavor means hard work. Read it.
Verb. Try hard to do or achieve something.
Wait a minute. It said try hard. It didn't just say try. It said try hard. That's what I'm saying. See, I know the popcorn is bubbling now.
Yeah.
The pop is going on, and I want it to go off. But it said to try. It said try hard, not just regular try. Endeavor means to try, and if you didn't try hard enough, you got to do it again. Right. That's what endeavor means, meaning you got to keep pushing. Read it. What does it say?
Try hard to do or achieve something.
What is it that we're trying to achieve? Unity. Read that Bible again.
Ephesians chapter 4, verse 3. Endeavoring to keep.
So the Bible says endeavoring, meaning you got to try hard, not just regular try to keep the unity. You got to try hard to keep the unity because there's so many things that are opposed to us being unified. That's exactly the reason why I said that you can go to different pockets of where we are all over the country and you'll get different definitions of unity because there is an opposing force that keeps us from truly understanding unity. So we say it in a cliche, unity and all that, and we be all happy to say it that way, but the unity, the real understanding of the unity is not fully understood. And that's the reason why I said we got to talk about God's unity. When we talk about God's unity, now we're talking about something. J. Edgar Hoover, all the rest of, well, he dead, but let's read that. But J. Edgar Hoover, his point was you can't have so-called Negro unity. And he ain't the only one. All of the institutions in this system, the DNC, the Democratic National Convention crap, the RNC, the Republican National Convention crap. I never ever said those words before. Broke down DNC and RNC. I just knew that's what they meant, But all of this political garbage, all of it is about keeping us disunified. And black folks are going to constantly suffer all the way around because we do not understand unity. So where was I at? Read.
Ephesians chapter 4, verse 3. Endeavoring to keep the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace.
In the bond. Not just holding hands in peace. In the bond. I mean, you got to look at all those words. The bond of peace. Bond meaning in bondage to peace. Because you want to break away from it. You got to be held in check to be in you. Read it again.
Endeavoring to.
You got to try hard. Go ahead.
To keep the unity.
To keep the unity because it's so easily not kept. Go ahead.
Of the Spirit.
Of the mind of the Spirit.
In the bond of peace.
So we have to mold our minds to be in bondage to the peace and unity of each other. And once we do that, and then we put on God's program, put on the Most High's program in understanding why this unity is so precious, then we can get to the proper understanding of what unity really means. But right now, we ain't there. We're working on it, though. We're working on it. So all praise to the Most High. So I just wanted to drop those things on you. Go ahead.
Bishop, and the S in the unity in verse 3 and 4 is that capital one. So like you speaking about in the beginning, God's unity, the correct actual unity, not the one that we think of,
right?
But the real one, God's unity.
So you mean it's capitalized? Do you see that? So read it. I'm glad you brought that out because that's heavy, and most people miss that. So it's actually we ain't no way we can get up on the script. Can y'all find the scripture? Because I want to see it on the board.
Got me looking now.
Ephesians chapter 4 verse 3.
Put the scripture up there. I want to see how that I want to see how it look on in the text, meaning on the online and all that. Because some emphasis needs to be put on that unity. That's the point. I'm glad you brought that out because there's another word I'm going to look at too, just so you can understand the importance of it. Let's see what it says. Is it capitalized in here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Where is it at?
Verse 3. Endeavoring to keep the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace.
Okay, I see endeavoring. I don't see you said that the word unity was
Spirit.
highlighted.
The word spirit.
Yes, sir.
Spirit.
I thought you meant unity.
Yes.
Okay.
I got you.
Okay, I understood about spirit. I thought the word unity was capitalized.
Okay, my bad.
So that's what I was thinking. But nevertheless, for us to understand unity in terms of how we're supposed to have it, it is supposed to be within our spirit. Unity of the spirit. That spirit is capitalized, meaning the spirit of the Most High. That's the point you're bringing out.
Yes,
you're
sir.
right about that.
Because you said God's,
right,
not the Negro.
Excuse me. Yes, exactly. So God's spirit is behind the unity that we're supposed to be endeavoring to keep. Gotcha. Perfect. You got your glasses on. See, so that's all right. That's all right. All praise to the Most High. So, so it's important for us to understand that. So let's look up. I'm going to go through some points in this class before we really just get rolling. God's unity at the apex of our manifestation. At the apex. In other words, we want God's unity, but God's true definition of unity is going to really manifest when we reach our apex. When we reach the apex of our being. Let's look up the word apex. Because Negroes ain't unity. That mess you see going on in the ghettos and all of that, that ain't unity. That's madness. Right. We got to learn what true unity is. Okay? Go ahead.
Apex, noun. The top or highest part of something.
So the highest part of our manifestation. When we reach the full exponential growth, put my title up there that I had for last Sabbath so they can understand what I'm saying. This was a class that I taught last week on the Sabbath, and the name of that class was Exponential Growth Beyond the Horizon, okay? And the point, and in this is, I was making a point about our growth is going to really be manifested when we reach the apex, when we reach the height of our being, when we reach the pinnacle of our greatness. You understand?
Yes, sir.
That's when we're really going to see the benefits of unity. I mean, we're seeing it now in IUIC. We're seeing the benefits of it now, but we're still trying to get there. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
But the greatness has not been realized yet. The greatness has not. We have not hit the peak yet at all. We're not even close to it yet. We're still working towards that. That's the reason why we have to endeavor to get there. You know, like I was pointing out about horizon in the class, you know, your vision to see, you only see the horizon. You don't know what's beyond it. But when you get there, then you're able to, you once you get to the top of the crest, you can see the whole landscape, and now you know how to plot and set up and put this in order, put that in order. That's when things start to happen, when you actually get to the top. But as while we're still at the bottom trying to get there, that's where the hard work comes in at, and we have to endeavor to have that unity to get to that point, right? Okay, I'm doing a lot of rambling, but let's get into it. So all of this is to break down why I titled this lesson, why I titled it. This is about God's unity, and it's at the apex. You can put our title back up there. Our title, the title tonight, right? I'm talking about God's unity at the apex or the highest point of our manifestation, of our manifestation, because we are still manifesting. We're still manifesting. Hey, could y'all find there was a short video that I did that was called Redemption. Could y'all find that? It's on, y'all know what I'm talking about? Just bear with me, brothers and sisters. I meant to send all of these things in, but I got super busy within the last 2-3 hours. I had to just leave this alone and deal with something else. But I'm trying to hold it together. It was on IUIC events. I'll just tell you where it's at. IUIC events. Look up Redemption. It was. Let me just look at it. And it was my voice. I don't think my face was shown. Go up. I think I saw it. Is that it? No, that ain't it. Wow.
You spelled it wrong.
Oh, Lord. Okay. Move down. Is that it? No. Maybe it's that one. That's it. That one with the lady speaking. Right there. Click that. That's it. Turn it up. And let's get the beginning of it. Let's not be skipping stuff.
Redemption means us returning back to the greatness that the Lord has allotted for us when He created us. it's about us climbing out of a deficit that we don't belong in.
I love what I see. I'm proud of what I see. I've been wondering, I was like, where's my brothers? All this stuff going on. I don't see no black man. Where they at? Everybody. But Lord, they is here.
I love that.
Out here in Oakland, home of the Black Panthers. Now it's our turn, the Israelites, 12 tribes, worldwide.
Drop in the ocean, bro. But you see it, these mighty men of God, all this long line to go back, thousands of men, it's nothing. Y'all ain't believe me. According to the Bible, the Lord has seen nothing yet.
The point right there. Hold it. Now I'm gonna let the rest of this place. Bishop is making a point and say it will behoove the churches. Go ahead, play it.
The churches and the nation of Islam to join us in righteousness as the Israelites.
As Israelites. That's very important. In righteousness as Israelites. That's very important. Hey, brothers, I my ears are very sensitive to certain things. Look at the pan position on the videos. Is it in the middle? Because it sounds like one channel is higher than the other when it comes to the computer. Y'all got that set right? Okay, all right. I ain't gonna interrupt y'all anymore. All right, but as you can see, I was talking about us coming out of a deficit. Okay, coming out of a deficit, and coming out of a deficit is how you will. As you're coming out of that deficit, you're coming out towards your plateau, towards where you want to go, towards the apex, towards the zenith, towards you want to get to that pinnacle. That's why Bishop said that you see nothing yet, because we have a lot more room to get it right. Right. So I'm not satisfied with where we at now. And none of us can be, because we are men. We're supposed to expect more out of each other. We're supposed to expect more out of our women, out of our brothers, out of our fathers. We're supposed to expect more. Never take second place. We are the Most High made us the former of all things. Why in the world are we even thinking about taking second place or second guessing, or that's not us, and we have to manifest to that. Manifest means to grow. You're manifesting from a seed to a full-grown man. You're manifesting. We're manifesting to becoming real men of God. We're manifesting to become real women of God. It's about manifesting. It's about growing. It's about growing. Come on, brothers. Don't do that. I want to get my words out. All right. So God's unity at the apex of our manifestation. Okay, exponential growth and zenith of our being through endurance. So that means we got to go through trials. When I say our being, I'm talking about ourselves. The being meaning we're the beings. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Like people say human beings. Well, we are Israelite beings. We are the children of God being. Okay? So there's a growth that is expected of us by the Most High. He made us his people. And when we get to the apex, when we get to that top point, that's when God could really formulate that real unity among us. That's when things are really going to move. And it's going to surprise us. It's going to shock us when we actually see the great benefits of when we truly understand that unity and truly do it. We're going to be surprised by the work of our own hands through God. The Most High is going to work miracles in our days that we can't even believe. We will never even believe that we could have done this. And we might get mad at each other. We get mad at ourselves, I should say. But say we could have been doing this all along.
Right. Yeah.
You understand?
Right.
And that's how it is. Like somebody who would endeavor to go through school and endeavor to do this, and once they get it done, and they be like, you know what, I could have did this. Like some people that actually go back to school. I use that as an example, and they had a fear of failure. That's another thing that happens with us. Even some people that have a heavy challenge on just simply getting a driver's license. You understand? And they'd be like, I'm just terrified. I'm afraid to fail. I'm afraid of this and that. And they've waited years and years, decades. Some of them reach to their damn near 60 and never and was afraid to just go and take the test or whatever. And then when they finally do it, they be like, man, I could have did this a long time ago. And then you think about all of the years that you took the bus or you walked or begged somebody for a ride or whatever, and you could have had your own wheels. You understand? And you just think about all of the humility you went through just to get from point A to point B, for an example. I just use that. And, so we have to learn to be what God made us to be. Don't be afraid. God gave us that spirit for us to step forward and be pronounced. Be like the ambassadors. That's what we are. We are his representative. We are, like we talk about Esau. Esau is the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan. Right. That's him. When you want to look at the physical counterpart of the devil, find a white man.
Found him.
Okay? If you want to find the physical counterpart of the Spirit of God on this earth, find the black man and the Hispanics and the Israelites. Those are the people of God. It's really that simple. We are the representatives. That's what the word ambassador means. We are the representatives of righteousness on this earth when we're doing right.
Right.
When we're doing right. So these are just things that I'm just throwing out there. So again, I'm making my point about exponential growth and zenith of our being through endurance. So we got to go through trials. We got to go through difficulties, but that's okay because trials are going to build you up. Hey, could we find that picture that I showed last week with Bishop, the thing with the steps? The steps to 1,000 miles begins with one repentant. Yeah, show that. Look at this here. I want to break this down real quick, and I'm gonna let your brothers get in. I know y'all got some. I'm just trying to get the ball rolling a little bit. As you can see, this is on one of our pages, IUIC events. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single repentant step. Now, how does that work? As you can see, the illustration there, right? With every step that you take, because it's important to go through the trials, like I'm saying in the title, through endurance. The manifestation, the exponential growth, and the growth and zenith, meaning the pinnacle of us, of our being, of who we are. Our exponential growth is going to come through endurance. So as we go through the endurance, it's teaching us something. We all go through trials. We all go through difficult things. When we go through difficult things, the point is you go in it understanding that it's a lesson. The Lord says that. Give me that in the about the fiery trials. Read that real quick.
Yes, sir.
You got it? Look for it real quick. Just bear with me, brothers and sisters. I'm just dealing with this thing. I'm hoping that y'all are riding with me.
The one talking about thinking not
strange. Yes, sir. That's the one. Right, exactly. I want that one. Read that one. Sir. Because this is what I'm talking about. Our being through endurance is what builds us, and that's what I'm going to make reference to in the slide here with Bishop on it about the 1,000 miles. You got it?
Yes, sir.
Let's read that.
1 Peter chapter 1, verse 7. That the trial of your faith, being much more precious than of gold that perisheth, though it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearing of Jesus Christ.
Come on. That ain't the one I wonder, is it?
It's 1 Peter 4 and 2.
Yeah, that's
4 and 12. 1
Yeah.
Peter 4 and 12.
That's good, but this is what I wanted.
Yes, sir. 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 12. Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial.
Think it not strange concerning the fiery trials. Listen, what's the purpose of the trial?
Which is to try you.
Which is to perfect you. Which is to mold you. Which is to teach you. You got to endure through that. And once you come out of that, that's how you become better. You don't fall for the same tricks that you fell for last week or yesterday. Every day is a new day to start another step in repentance towards the pinnacle of your greatness, of what the Most High is bringing towards us. So here's how this works. Go back to the slide here on the screen. As you see, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single repented steps. You're talking about 1,000 miles, and you're talking about one step. You know how long it's going to take you to get to 1,000 miles? But exactly. But the point is to note every step you take. That's the point. Because every step, you're learning something in every step. I'll just make it easy to understand. If you, when you literally take a literal step, the first time you lift your foot up to set your foot down to take a step, you might wobble a little bit. You might lose your balance. But as you take the next step, you know what to do to keep your step steady. You dig it? Yes, sir. And that's everything that we do. This is what I was talking about with those, like when we was coming out of, like I talked about, coming out of the basement in Paulding, and then we got the Mount Vernon School and stuff like that. Each step taught us things, taught us how to do it better and better. You just can't jump from the basement to having an actual building.
Right.
You have to go through steps, because in those steps you learn things. Those are trials. Sometimes you go through some stuff, you get some real setbacks. We've been through a lot of setbacks in doing this, but every time we did it, we learned through those steps. That's what this is saying. A journey of 1,000 miles begin with every teachable, that's the word I wanted, every teachable single step. Every lesson that comes from every step, you harness that and you learn from that. And then you make your next step a little straighter. Right. You make your next step a little bolder. You make the next step after that more confident, until you actually achieve what you're going for. Because you got to have vision. You ain't going to take a step towards anything if you don't have something that you're going for. But you got to learn along the way, the training wheels, so to speak, to help you learn how to perfectly balance that bicycle and to balance your life. That's the fiery trials that we're talking about. Read it again.
Yes, sir. 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 12, excuse me. Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you, as though some strange thing happeneth unto you.
Don't look at it as if it's a strange thing. Understand that the Lord is trying to teach us something. And trials, man, I'll tell you, trials are not easy. Nobody really likes them. No. When you're going through that stuff, you don't really like it. It's hard to like just say, you know what, I'm going through some stuff. I got all kind of spirits on me. I got this and that happening. It's hard while you're right in the fire to turn around and say, I know this is for my benefit. Man, you feeling that affliction. Right. You understand? Right. So, we're being real with it, but this is what we have to do. And even in your low point, you got to find the strength to endure. So when you do that, you're going to learn how to make it. And once you learn all of those things, when you actually set in a position, that's when the Lord can really give you the true meaning of unity. Okay? That's the whole point. Learning how to deal when we're on the bottom. Learn how to maneuver the pitfalls and the rocks and all of that. That's going to teach us how to straighten up. This is what's going to do it. But we have to understand that the unity that we want, we're not there yet. Because a lot of imperfections are still in us. And a lot of these things war against the true spirit of unity. Okay? So the unity that we're yelling and so forth is fine, but it is not the 100% the unity that God is talking about. When we actually operate at that perfect level of unity, that's when things are really going to take off. And when it does, we're going to be like, listen, we ain't going back to Negro land.
Exactly.
Hell no. That's the reason. Hey, let me show you. Give me that in Zechariah 13. Let me show you. Let me give you an example. Let me show you what I mean when I say that we ain't going back. Zechariah 13, and I think it's like verse 4. I'm just get right to the point.
Zechariah chapter 13, verse 4.
This is when we came out of all of the madness. Now we're at the pinnacle. We're at the apex of going into our land, getting our kingdom and everything. We're about to experience the exponential growth to the highest levels. But then comes a Negro that want to take us back. You looking at the scripture? Mm-hmm. Read it.
Zechariah chapter 4.
And listen to the attitude of these people when they see this. Come on.
Zechariah chapter 14, verse 4?
13.
13 verse 4, sorry. And it shall come to pass in that day that the prophets shall be ashamed, every one of his vision.
Yeah, a prophet, some madman, some Dr. Buzzard, gonna try to take us back to Babylon. And we done went through all this hell. We're about to get the kingdom. We're about to roll it in.
Right.
Go ahead. Read.
When he hath prophesied.
Because he gonna be made ashamed. But listen.
Neither shall they wear a rough garment to deceive.
They're gonna be shut down. Go ahead. Where's the part about the child, the mother, and
the verse above it?
Yeah, read that.
Verse 3.
Yeah.
And it shall come to pass that when any shall yet prophesy.
Read verse 2.
Verse 2. And it shall come to pass in that day.
In that day, that's that clean fountain of water. That's when the commandments gonna go out. That's how the chapter starts. There shall be a fountain of water open to the house of David, meaning the Israelites. So when that happens, the Most High is gonna have His Spirit on Israel to really get themselves together to walk into that that globe of unity when we really understand it. Come on.
And it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord of hosts, that I will cut off the names of the idols out of the land.
Because we're going to understand that, listen, this is where we just left. We ain't trying to go back there. We're about to experience real unity, and we ain't trying to go back. Go ahead.
And they shall no more be remembered.
They shall no more be remembered. Come on.
And also
I wanted to just get to the point because I don't want to lose the reason why I went here. Yes, I was making a point about when we fully get to understand this proper unity, we ain't going back. And everybody gonna have a particular attitude about not going back because we don't want to go back to those times. Read.
And I will cause the prophets and the unclean spirit to pass out of the land. And it shall come to pass that when any shall yet prophesy, then his father and his mother that begat him shall say unto him, Thou shalt not live.
Do you see the attitude that our people gonna have? They be like, listen, man, you trying to take us back to Babylon. Right. Are you out of your damn mind? Mm-hmm. We just, all that craziness, you know, look at the craziness that's going on now. All this is gonna be gone. Mm-hmm. Hey. Let me pause it for a second. Give me my video on Andrew Tate. Give me my video on Andrew Tate. Now, this is a situation everybody know. I know that a lot of people have aught with, and rightfully so. The multiple women and all that. That ain't biblical. You feel me? So I know a lot of people have issue with that. But we're not talking about that right now. Mm-hmm. I want to talk about how this matrix system goes after anyone who's about standing up for themselves. Mm-hmm. It's this society has oppressed us so bad. It's a crime to be a man, basically. Yep. And so he's basically the bulwark against that whole evil. And because of that, they said, well, listen, you exude a level of confidence that we don't want the rest of black people to we don't want nobody doing this. We need to shut all of that down. So now they just raiding his house at will. They're going to do all of us like that. You understand? Well, certain ones of us. They're going to do that to us. They're going to make up stuff, lie on us, slander us. You know, these are the trials that I was talking about. We're going to go through this stuff here. But when we get through it, and when we reach the apex and the zenith of what we supposed to be, and then somebody want to take us back to this, man, it's time to die. You understand? It's time to grab him and twist his head off.
Right.
You understand? Mm-hmm. It's time to, because you don't want to go back to this here. Let me explain what I'm talking about. Go ahead.
Real
quick,
man. Bishop, for an example.
I've been talking so much. Come on, y'all get in this thing, but I'm going to play this video. But
yes,
go ahead.
Sir, I got you. For an example, we just went to Oakland. We did that. We did the march and all that.
Yes,
however many numbers of people. Everybody. My point is everybody was in order. Mm-hmm. A couple of days later, I believe it was on one of the captain's channels. They posted a video of like Bloods and Crips call themselves marching. Nah, we ain't. You just seen all these men in order. You know what I mean? Following order, and now you want to go back to throwing up gang signs and all of that? Nah, no. We're not having that.
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't see that.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was looking for before, Bishop.
Okay, well let me say this here. How did it reach prominence? I mean, was this something that the news put up?
No. It was probably on a TikTok or Instagram, one of those.
Okay.
But it ended up on one of our channels.
Right. So
but it was still in California.
Well, the reason why I say that is because when we were in Inglewood, the Chicago a few years ago at the men's conference when we were there. And like the brother said, there were some bystanders and saw that magnificent display of unity. And don't get me wrong, the unity that you see in IUIC is superb. But I'm just making a point that we're not satisfied with that, even though a lot of people will be like, "Oh, wow,"
Right.
That's we don't get off on that. We know that we got a lot more work to do. And and the second point that I would make in regards to that is that when people look at us and be like, "Oh, wow," I say to them, I said, "What are you oohing and ahhing about when we're just like you? You could organize, you could do what we're doing, you can clean up your own communities, you can do all the missing persons, you can do the violence, you can do all of these things that you see us doing."
Right.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
Because
Yes, sir.
we came from where you was at. We ain't no different from you. You understand? So it can be done. So, but we have, but my point is, so I'm not satisfied. We're not satisfied with this level. We have to keep it moving.
Yes, sir.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, what was I about to say? I was making a point. Yeah.
Can
No,
I
no,
say
no.
something right quick before you make
yeah,
that?
Yeah. I ain't want to play it yet. It was something I was going to say, but go ahead, Captain.
No, just like Captain Nashawn was bringing
Oh,
up too.
Yeah.
You talking about blood and Crips,
Yeah.
But, and of course you saw us there, okay. But what is it that is the difference there is because we have order, right? Okay, and I'm gonna give just a slight example. When we say order, just like I watch men when they say line up from tallest to shortest. I watch two men be almost the same size, almost in height, but they respect one another because of the order, not because most people be fighting and scrapping. Right. No, man, I'm
in front
you.
of you.
I'm in front of you. Just to have, I want to be in front, or I don't want to be in back. But just showing the spirit of the unity and the order that sets them both together. Okay, in that unity. Okay, no one's better than anybody. It ain't about that, right. But it's a unity to fulfill an order that's going to advance us all.
Right.
And people can see that.
Right. We're not selfish.
Exactly.
Right.
So it's like you said, but it's deeper. It goes even deeper when you talk
deeper.
about unity. It's a whole lot intricate things that intertwine to bring forth that unity. Something simple as that. Because I've seen Negroes go to scrapping.
That's what I was about to say.
Somebody get the biggest piece of chicken.
Right.
Right.
Somebody
Go
might
ahead.
think that was a small thing.
Exactly.
That's something light. But
Exactly.
out there in the world, they start. That can cause a fight right there.
Right.
It can cause
Yeah.
chaos.
And
Right.
even in order to make sure they do it right, if they can't call, they say, "Hey, ask somebody else about like another brother. Hey, which one of us?" So just so it can be done correctly,
Right.
so
They
that
wanna
everybody's
do it
in order.
right.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
That's beautiful to me.
Exactly. So getting to the point of what you brought up about like we left Oakland and left that powerful display.
Yes, sir.
And then after that, then there was a display of some
Gang members.
gang members doing their thing.
Yeah.
Now, ordinarily, because I don't know the full scope of that situation, so I'll be careful on how I speak about it. But I know how the media is. The media will try to find some way to demonize and to pour water on our smoking, so to speak. You understand? I say that because I was making reference to Chicago. When we was in Chicago, I had to get my thought back. When we was in Chicago in that Inglewood, roughest neighborhood in Chicago, perhaps around the country, I heard some very horrible statistics in terms of people just die at will over there. So while we were there, we had the cameras, the news people showed up, took recognizance type of video, didn't air nothing. Notice that. They had their cameras on there and all of that, recorded all that and took it back to their bosses and said, well, let's see how they're doing because we need to know how to move to shut them down on the next one. That's what that's all about. But their cameras were there and they recorded that stuff. But didn't hit none of the media. Nobody knew anything. Here we are. You had thousands of men going through Inglewood, Chicago, which is just violence, murder, crime infested and all that. And you got thousands of men going through there in order, black men, which would be the same demographic people that's committing the crimes. To show you that the media didn't want no part of that at all, which is going back to what you were talking about with Oakland. That's why I wanted to bring that back up. We went through there, and there were brothers that live in the community. The brothers said, "Listen, man, you brothers don't know how what y'all just did. You know, you don't know the effect of what y'all just did. He said for 2 hours that y'all were here, people made it home to their families. There were no violence, no shots, no guns, nothing. When we left, when we were gone, then the cameras came in, live video of shootings. Yes, then they put those statistics up in the news, and no mention about just what happened a couple hours ago. That's how filthy this damn media is.
Right.
Corrupt as hell. I just point that out, and that's the reason why I wanted to play this part of the video here. It says, must watch. Andrew Tate unleashes on the media. God damn it. Hit me.
You are okay?
Free man, built differently.
Yes?
Built differently, of course. Better than okay.
So what had just happened that they raided this man's house again. You understand? And people talk about him and his women escapades and all that. Hell, he's no worse than Bush. He's no worse than Clinton. He ain't no worse than Jeffrey Epstein. He ain't no worse than what's this guy over there? What's his name in Israel?
Oh, Netanyahu?
Yes, they ain't no worse than him. No worse than Biden. You understand?
Definitely not
Crooks,
Hunter Biden.
criminals galore. Huh?
I said definitely not Hunter Biden.
Hunter Biden, damn, you don't even hear nothing about him.
Right.
But they raided this man's house all because he's standing up and he wants to speak on being a man, basically. You know, that kind of thing. So, but people will try to find things. And again, like I said, we definitely ain't gonna condone what he's doing wrong with the women. When I say with the women, I'm not talking about this trafficking stuff because they, like you said, there ain't no proof of that. But I think I think he might have like 2 or 3 women that they probably have kids by or whatever. What people call monogamy. I mean, polygamy and all that. So I guess they're trying to say, well, that's his trafficking. Notice what I'm saying. They'll try to find anything to demonize somebody that they don't like when they speak up against the matrix, basically. And that's the reason why every one of us are going to be deemed. They're going to try to find something. Even no matter how much we try to walk the letter of the law in the land and all that, they're still going to try. They say, listen, we don't care about that. What we want to do is stop you from being an example to the rest of your people. We want to demonize you. We don't want you to be a beacon of hope, a beacon of strength, a beacon of righteousness. We don't want that. We want to find anything wrong with you, that kind of thing. So this is what they did to this brother here. So they wheeled him in the court again, trying to prove some sex trafficking thing. And the judge in the court said, man, I don't even see nothing here. He released him. So he came outside and he get ready to blast the hell out of the media. Okay, to show you how evil these people are. But I make these points to show you the kind of fight that we were in. Okay, all right, let's back it up again at the point. Let's get it when it came out, because you got to hear what he said. Come on.
You are okay?
Free man, built differently.
Yes?
Built differently, of course. Better than okay.
Oh, are free? Free.
Listen, I'm going to say something to everybody. Listen to me. I moved to Romania 10 years ago, and I found an amazing country full of beautiful people. And I told the whole world about Romania. If you mention the name Romania anywhere in the world, they'll say, Andrew Tate lives there, Andrew Tate lives there. I've done nothing but promote this country. I've done nothing but say fantastic things about Romania endlessly. And when I did this, people would say to me, if Romania is so nice, if it's so safe, it's so beautiful, why has it got such a bad reputation? And I said, well, there's probably a few bad actors, a few bad people who destroyed the entire reputation. Like the few fools at DCAW who just came along and told us that the mothers of our children are somehow human trafficked. I've been nice, I've been patient, I've played the game, I've respected the judiciary, I've gone to every appointment on time. But they busted my house again. And now I've come along saying there's 35 victims. You know, all 30 of those girls, 30 of them, have statements in our defense. 30 saying we've done absolutely nothing wrong. Two more are the mothers of our children. And 2 more have never even been to Romania. They've never even been here. They just found random girls we knew in other countries.
Pause it. Did y'all hear that? They could just manufacture witnesses. That's what they did to Bill Cosby. The hell with it. That's what they did. They'll just manufacture people just to sully you. Just put a whole bunch of garbage out there, and you have to fight through all of that. You understand?
Yeah.
I'm familiar with that kind of madness. I'm familiar with that. I don't want to go into my background in terms of what I used to do when I was on the job, but I used to have to represent people, and the people that will want to get the person's messed up, they will just throw all kinds of charges on it. I mean, like 15 damn charges.
Right.
And they'll be like, listen, he might beat 12 of them, but at least 3 of them going to stick. So just throw anything up against the wall. By the time he finished fighting all of that, he'll be exhausted. We at least get him on one. We don't care how we get him. Just get him on something. That's basically the way. That's how they do it. And you'll be worn out after all of this. And that's their objective. Throw as much garbage against the wall, hoping that something will stick. That's basically what he did. We'll manufacture witnesses. He said 30. They said they found 35 people. 30 of them wrote statements in support of them. So what the hell's going on there? And they will never talk about it. They will never bring that information up because it's not designed for that. So why am I bringing all this out? So I don't lose my point. Like I was saying, when we get past all this bullshit, I got to say it that way. When we get past all this crap, when we get past all this garbage and we're about to walk into our kingdom, and then we get a Negro with his brain want to take us back to this foolishness, it's going to be easy to lay hands on him or her or both. You understand? Because he said, you are not taking us back to that bad dream, that damn nightmare.
Right.
That's the kind of fervor you're going to have for righteousness.
Right.
Okay? Now, let's play this, and then we're going to finish reading that scripture, then we're going to get on with the lesson. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Let's pick up where he was at and let us roll on. So back it up a little bit, and then I'm going to lean back. All right.
My victim. You know, all 30 of those girls, 30 of them, have statements in our defense. 30 saying we've done absolutely nothing wrong. Two more are the mothers of our children, and 2 more have never even been to Romania. They've never even been here. They just found random girls we knew in other countries and made them sign pieces of paper. This is a setup. It's absolutely disgusting. Fair play to that judge who saw through the bull. Let us free. Okay. And also, one more thing. The media is complicit. All of you are. When they first threw us in jail, when they first put us in there, you're all running around saying human trafficker. None of you said, where's the evidence? Where's the proof? Where's the pictures? Where's the videos? None. 3 years later, they do the same bull. And you're all sitting there going, human trafficking. I'm not a human trafficker, clearly. If you human traffic someone, there is evidence. This is a setup. It's a stitch up. The 3 prosecutors at D-Call in my house, I said, why are you here? There's no case. They said, there's a case if we make one.
You heard that? Hold it. Don't let that slide by. That's exactly how these bastards are. That's why I said that's how they deal. I used to deal with this kind of stuff in labor relations. This is how they deal. They say, well, I can't even tell you the dirt that I've seen. I can't even tell you the dirt that I've seen in some of these situations. I can't say it. It's that bad. But they'll do things to set people up that they want to get rid of this one and that one. Right. It's absolutely horrible. So this right here doesn't surprise me because that's the culture of this country. Yep, that's how they deal. That's how they deal. That's how they deal. You understand? But like he said, back it up a little bit. Let's get, because it's almost done. It ain't no long clip. But I want y'all to hear these things here. And this is what we're trying to get away from. All this is going to be like a bad dream. You understand? We're going to wake up, we're going to be like, damn, man, I was in a situation where they could just slander us and throw my family in jail for nothing. And we were brought over here as slaves. Ain't been paid back, ain't been paid a damn dime, but yet we the criminals. Ain't that something? You got to be kidding. This has got to be a dream. How the hell are the victims of the worst criminal activity of all time? They completely destroyed our human characteristics. Everything that made us a nation, everything that made us a unified people and all that, got black men and black women acting like foreign enemy nations towards each other, and we try to fix it, and you deem us a damn criminal. You deem us a hate group, stuff like that. Man, when this shit is over, I'm going to be glad as hell. I'm just telling you straight. And I ain't going back to this crap. Anybody that talk about going back to this man is going to get his head twisted off.
That's right.
That's what we're reading in that Bible. I want this to be done. Go back to this here. Play on with that thing, man. Shoot.
Human trafficking. I'm not a human trafficker, clearly. If you human traffic someone, there is evidence. This is a setup, it's a stitch up. The 3 prosecutors at D-Call in my house, I said, why are you here? There's no case. They said, there's a case if we make one. This is a setup. All of it is. And listen, quiet. I'm going to talk to you.
Hold on. You heard that?
Yeah.
That's how you got to be.
Yeah.
That's how you got to be. You shut the hell up.
Right.
I'm talking.
Right.
You got to be that way. They don't like it, but that's how you got to be. You know you're right. What the hell you taking second place for?
Right.
You know you're right. You know you've been railroaded. You know all these evils happen. You're going to sit there like a daggone Gumby. You better wake the hell up. Come on, man. Play on the rest.
Be quiet. This is a setup. It is done on purpose, and it is designed to come up with the most heinous possible crimes to slander our name. And every single Romanian citizen should be disgusted that they are spending millions of euros wasting their time trying to put innocent men in jail instead of fixing the roads, fixing the hospitals, fixing this country. You have a beautiful country full of beautiful people, and 3 idiots at DCOP have everything. As for money laundering, sure, I'll approach that. Money laundering, no problem. Supposedly we're money launderers because we buy luxury goods and we try and hide that we buy luxury goods for other people and hide our money. If you buy your girlfriend a handbag in Romania, they charge you with money laundering. This is disgusting. Disgusting. We have children. This is disgusting. Thank you.
And then they threw the money laundering question out of like, we got to make something stick.
Yeah.
You got exonerated from this, but you still got to find. That's what I was talking about. We got to get you on something because the whole objective of us is to sully the name. Why would you want to sully somebody's name? It's because you don't want people to gravitate towards that spirit. You don't want men to gravitate towards being a man. You don't want people to gravitate towards this righteous banner that we're bringing up as men of God. Right. I'm talking about us in IUIC. Right. You want to slander our name because you don't want people to change their filthy lives. Because you prosper off of that. You prosper off the ignorance. You prosper off our people being dope dealers, drug addicts, pimps and hoes. You profit off of that. And we messing it up for you. So what do, you bastards? You want to sully what we do. That's the reason why when you mention that thing, I was thinking about that when you mentioned about this. Because that's how they deal. They said something good that they did, millions of views, such and such. We got to throw some dirt in there to bring down the luster of the great thing that they did because we don't need them waking up. We need them in slavery, in mental slavery.
I get it now. That's why you asked if they played it, if I seen it on the news.
Yes,
or something.
exactly. That's it. That's exactly. Okay.
Right. And we hope and pray that by us being there, that it made an example to bring them together, that they did march and to show some positivity, But knowing, like you said, knowing the media.
Yeah, they'll turn it around.
Yeah.
And you never know. They probably, because I remember coming up in I think it was the 80s. You had the gangs on the West Coast. They were talking about all in the same gang. It was actually after Rodney King got the greatest ass whooping of all times. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, let me say that again. Rodney King got the greatest ass whooping of all times. They tried to kill him.
Yeah.
And they beat him so damn good. He said, "Can we love? Can we love? Can we love? Can we?" That's what you call, and that ain't funny. But it just shows you how vicious they dealt with him. He goes in court. He knows damn well that they tried to kill him. They know that. They moved the damn trial to Simi Valley with nothing but Esau. Yeah. No jury of his peers. A lot of y'all people forgot the details of that case. He was supposed to be tried by a jury of his peers. They said, no, too many people know about the real truth. We don't want this kind of verdict. So we're going to move it to Simi Valley, where there's a whole bunch of people sitting on a porch drinking lemonade. They don't know nothing about black politics or black people. Let them judge his man. And all of a sudden, he's he's hogtied with a rope around his neck, and he was a threat to 9 policemen on the ground with blows, with nightstick blows to his face. That's why he committed suicide, because he like, this shit is crazy in his mind. I'm gonna speak plain. That's in his mind. He was like, the stuff that I went through, there's no way in the hell this could be for real. I need to get out of this life. That's just me. I didn't say that's the official. That's how I'm thinking what went through his mind. Because you go through a beat, you know damn well you don't deserve that. He was celebrating. He had just gotten a new job. So that's what it was. And he was speeding. But he said he did not work because he knows the history of how the cops out there were dealing. So he tried to stop at a place where it's well lit up. That's why he was running from them. All this came out. How soon we forget? So they went on him, called him monkey, gorilla in the midst, all types of evil that was going on. You understand? So while that was happening, the brothers was tearing L.A. up. The gangs were tearing L.A. up. And then that's when they said, you know what? We need to be. I ain't justifying it. I'm just telling you what they were doing.
Right.
You know, they said, we all in the same game. So they were trying to come together on the positive tip. On the positive tip. Then guess what happened not too long after that? The Biggie and Tupac, East Coast, West Coast. Right. So there you go again. Because I think it was not far after that. Because that was in 91 that happened. You know, I'm just trying to think if I got my timeline lined up. But go ahead. Y'all were going to say something.
Now, you know who the throwing the book at reminds me of? They did that to Marcus Garvey because they got him on mail fraud. But because his stamps or something, he mailed a letter out of his own. He's not in the country because he has a fleet of ships. He's an admiral. Yeah. You said, well, it's not in this zone, and he mailed it from this place without the right stamps. Let's throw him and ban him from a country and lock him up forever. No, but that reminds me of you and someone else who understood that mentality of we are in a nightmare. If you want to stay asleep in the nightmare or keep us from getting out of it, you better off dead. Harriet Tubman. Yeah. Not the feminist new movie Harriet Tubman. No. I'm talking about the real Harriet Tubman. She had that pistol. Yeah, that shotgun. It's for anybody. Yeah, because she understood. She knew what time it was. She said, "Listen, you on this thing with me to get the freedom. I can't let you go back because you're gonna tell and you're gonna mess it up for the rest of us. So either you're gonna make it to freedom or you're gonna die. Yep. You know, you ain't going back to tell nobody." As someone might say, dead man tells no tales. Right. Okay, so they say you go, but go ahead. My sister. There they go, glorifying violence. Oh my God. They'll say that. They'll say that. Can I pull one?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Because this is not what I'm doing.
Hey, look for Democracy Now. There was something that I saw where they had a doctor. I saw this yesterday. Why are you looking for that? Now, this is almost like Patient Saints. We just be going all over the place. Hey, there was go to Democracy Now. Let me see the difference. Put it up here on the thing here. There was one where that first one right there. Let's see. Click that. Let me see something. Move it. Okay, maybe appropriate. See, show that on the screen. Hold it. I want them to see that here. This video may be inappropriate for some users. Now, wait a minute now. You can go on your cell phone and watch all kind of grunting and men banging each other and all types of filthy, wicked madness. And they just let that go free. But anything that deals with truth and free and information that can make you think, that can take you out of the stupor of being a sheeple, if you will. They said we don't want that. We need people to be stupid, be docile, give them trinkets, let them play in their cribs at home and such and such. We don't need them meddling around in serious arenas of thinking. We don't need that. So everything that they do is about keeping people dumb, including putting something like this here may be inappropriate. This whole country is damn inappropriate. What the hell are you talking about? So let's see. I understand and I wish to proceed. Right.
And then when you click it, they collect that number and then they say, look,
there you go.
Hundreds of thousands of people have agreed that this video is bad.
Exactly. And that's how they do it.
That's the only way you can even see the videos.
Man, listen, after 9/11, when they put the Patriot Act in effect, man, you couldn't even check out certain books in a library. I mean, and I ain't talking about books on terrorism. But when you just trying to learn about doing research on this and that and the other, next thing you know, you might get some visitors. You know, what the hell y'all here for? Well, we have a list of books. They might tell you something like that. I said, well, hell, ain't I in a free country? Shit, really? Anyway, that's another bowl of crap. People in America got the illusion of freedom. These people ain't free at all. Right. You're better off in other countries. I'm gonna be honest with you,
Yep.
where they claim to be communists and all of that. Oh, what? He's a communist? You know, that's what you can hear the people on the other end trying to find something. Every other
Right.
word that I say, they're trying to find a way to demonize it, and I have to like autocorrect. Ain't that something?
Yeah. He's a socialist.
He's a socialist.
But you collect Social Security, stupid.
Exactly.
You.
Wow.
You know.
I guess this ain't it. Let me see. What maybe it is. Move it through. Nah, the hell with this woman. It was about this. It was about slide of passes. Let me see. It was when they would talk about. Okay, wait. Nope. It was a DNC thing. It was something with the DNC that was finally listening to. Okay, wait. Hold it. Go ahead. Somebody say something. I gotta look for it.
You want the scripture offs?
Yeah.
I think Cap has something.
Oh well,
bring it
hey,
up, 'cause
I
I'ma
just posted a video just going back to what we was talking about, what Bishop was talking about with Andrew Tate. They just make up stuff.
Right.
Now I'm about to post a video that actually shows them what from the I believe it's the SPLC or ADL, one of those. This lady is from, where she actually admits that that's what they do.
Right.
So yeah, we all recognize this.
Go ahead and drop it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead and get it in there. I gotta find this video.
And then you can get the script. I just want to show everybody this, where they actually admit that these are things that they do to try to sully names. And
Right.
So go ahead.
Now, before you read that, again, I want to say everything that we said is about the trials that we're going through for us to manifest. Because I know people probably think we're straight away from the topic. We kind of did, but it all fits in what we're talking about, because these are all of the crap that's being dumped on us. We got to surge through all of that to get to what we didn't finish reading in that Zechariah. Okay, we're gonna come back to that. Well, we got to go through all of this. Okay, that's when we finally make it through all of that. Then the apex of unity could really manifest on us. But we got to go through all of these steps to get to that 1,000-mile journey. Okay, go ahead, brothers.
Go ahead, play. That is not it.
No.
is bust up the groups. We try to sow
You
discord among the organizations.
You missed it. Turn off the other thing. Y'all got the other one playing in the background. That's the Democracy Now! Stuff. Turn that off. Play this one. I'll give you the one that I'm looking for. Okay.
Try to do is bust up the groups. We try to sow discord among the organizations, show that the people who lead these organizations are hypocrites, and so on, to give people a chance to look at what they've gotten involved in and maybe reconsider it.
And you've seen that work?
It absolutely works. The number one thing I would say that drives people out of hate groups is seeing their leadership corrupt.
Oh, stop.
I
really have a hard time with this thing, Miss Piggy. Reality says that when you bring a people captive, you destroy their families. You destroy every fiber about who they truly are. And you basically make Negroes and Tyrones out of them. And if they decide to have any kind of semblance of trying to get together to offset the onslaught of murder, the onslaught of rape, the onslaught of being criminally charged for just being here, for walking on the sidewalk, get in the gutter, nigga, type of thing. Put your head in a laughing barrel. You can't even laugh out loud. For any people to try to come together to offset that abuse, they said, what did this hoe say? What did she say? She said to show the people that we are what? To show that we are hypocrites. And my point is, America could get away with stuff like this because they have successfully stupefied the people. They have successfully stupefied the people beyond belief. I tell you, I believe I'm in the Twilight Zone for real. Go ahead.
And no, I was going to say, Bishop, and then meanwhile, America is the biggest criminal.
100%.
America is the biggest criminal.
Right.
Officer Larkin, what was you going to get?
They the true hypocrite.
Right. I want to follow something. What you got?
Go ahead.
Let me have Isaiah chapter 32 and verse 6. Esau very crafty in how he do things.
Isaiah chapter 32, verse 6. For the vile person.
So it says, for the vile person, Get the definition of vile. I'll put it up in the channel. Get that definition, because a lot of people may not know what that word means. Get the definition. The vile person. Let's see who God talking about. You got it?
Vile. Vile. Adjective.
Put it up on the screen.
Extremely unpleasant.
Read the next one. Morally.
Morally bad.
Okay, so somebody who's vile is somebody who's morally bad. That's Esau. Read.
Wicked.
The wicked, that's Esau. Now go back to the scripture.
Isaiah chapter 32, verse 6. For the vile person.
For the wicked, read.
Will speak villainy.
He will speak villainy. Meaning, you see all the good we do, going back to what everybody been talking about. All the good we do, the marches, the standing up for our people, showing the injustices. But yet, Esau flipped that thing around and he say, what we doing is, we a hate group. Right? That's PLC, make up lies, so on and so forth. The vile person will speak villainy. Read.
And his heart will work iniquity.
And in his mind, he will work iniquity. How can I manufacture this? How can I break up the group? How can I send this person in here? I was reading a book last week that was talking about how in the Black Panther movement, Bishop, they had the CIA. It was like half of some of the chapters in the Black Panthers were CIA agents. Half of the members, CIA agents.
Right.
But that's to do what she talking about. To put up a smoke screen of corruption amongst the leadership.
And it be their people.
Right.
Double agents, basically.
Yeah.
Putting them in there. Hey, let me give you an example. I heard this. This was on the Candace Owens. That's where I heard it at. She was actually, it's on another video. She was talking to Andrew Tate. There's a sit down that she did with him. And she was making a point about an experiment that she had learned about. Okay. Now, we played an experiment like that about the people sitting down at the bell and all that a few months back. But listen to this here. To show you, because this is, when we showed the thing with Andrew Tate coming out of court, the one thing that he said that people missed, he said, I'm built for this. Meaning because he knows that this whole thing is a sham. And he says, I have no choice but to fight against it. I can't just lay down and get beat. And that's basically the spirit that any real man need to have. As men, you're supposed to stand up for yourself, irregardless of if there's some wrong coming at you, there's never a time to just acquiesce and get the hell beat out of you. I ain't never going to be an advocate of that.
Then it look like you did it.
Huh?
Then it look like what they're saying is true.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So what was I mentioned that I was about
the experiment.
The experiment. Right. So she brings up a point about there was 18 people total. 17 of them were in a group. 17 of them were agents. Were agents. One of them was not a part of the 17, but the one did not know that the other 17 were together. So it basically looked like 18 random people that was brought up front in this experiment. So the instructor gets in front of the classroom or whatever, and he holds up a triangle on a board and shows it to everybody. He said, "What do y'all see?" And everybody says, everybody can see that it's a triangle. Then he removes it. Then they ask him one by one, what did you see? And one said square, two said square, five said square, all the way to number 17.
Right.
They all said they saw a square. So when they asked the one, what did he see? He know he saw a triangle. But he had to acquiesce. He had to succumb to the peer pressure. He had to say, I see a square. And that's basically how they do people in this country. You cannot stand for righteousness because you will be just like Lot. When we talk about Lot was vexed with the filthy conversation. If you stay in that mess long enough, you will become, just like it says in Isaiah, you will become Sodom and Gomorrah. That's how they warp your children. That's how they warp your sons and daughters. That's how they do it. But the constant pressure, constant showing it to you, constant on your damn phone, on your TV. All you can find is complete filth. But anything that's worth looking at, they demonize it, make you ashamed of it, all that kind of stuff. And they what's the word? They become emboldened. It's almost like, when they make a man put on it's a hard on. I'm trying to find another word for them. To make a man put on a dress. Here you got Busta Rhymes with a damn dress on the damn stage. They say, we finally broke that nigga. That's how they think. You understand? They wanted Dave Chappelle. He had to fight against it. He's like, what the hell is this, Brokeback Mountain? Yeah, there's a dress in here. I ain't supposed to wear this.
Right.
So they was like, well, then they call you crazy. All that. So he was explaining all that when he went on Oprah, if anybody remember the original reports. Because the whole point is to, if you're about truth, demonize you. If you're about righteousness, demonize you.
Right.
Accentuate filth, accentuate garbage, and downplay and ridicule and demonize righteousness. That's what we're living in. And that's what that experiment showed. All 18 of them know damn well that they saw a triangle. 17 of them said we saw a square, and then they said, what sayest thou? Basically on you. He knows what he saw. But just like it pointed out in the sit down, the man realized he saw a triangle, but he said, but if I say triangle, I might have to fight all of them. So I would rather acquiesce and just agree with the sickness. And that's how they basically shellac people's brain into complete homos out here. That's how they do it. Okay? This is what I'm talking about. We got to get away from. Read that Bible. This is why I was saying that. I got to read that scripture. Finish that Zechariah up. Then we're going to play this here.
Yes, sir. Zechariah chapter 13, verse 3.
Yes.
And it shall come to pass that when any shall yet prophesy, then his father and his mother that begat him shall say unto him, thou shalt not live.
Because we don't want to go back to this matrix, this madness here. We be glad when this mess is over with. Come on.
For thou speakest lies in the name of the Lord.
For thou speakest lies in the name of the Lord. You want to take us back to what we just left? Are you out of your damn mind? Go ahead.
And his father and his mother.
His own parents. That's what I wanted to get to. His own parents said, nigga, you out of your damn mind. His own parents that birthed his behind. So you don't deserve to live, nigga. Right. That's how they're going to talk. I know people don't like those words, but hell, you live worse than what I can talk. Read.
That begat him shall thrust him through.
The own parents going to take a sword and stick it through his body to make sure he's dead. They said, listen, you ain't going to speak nothing to bring us back to that foolishness. We ain't going back there no more. That's how fervent we're going to be to not repeat this bull crap again.
Right.
And those are the days that I'm waiting for. I'd be glad when this mess is over with. Tired of it. I'm tired of seeing dumb people. Tired of seeing this foolishness. I'm tired of experiencing evil, wicked Negroes. I'm tired of it. Now, come on. I know I shouldn't be talking that way because I love my people, but I wish they'd wake the hell up.
Bring it out, Bishop.
And stop this craziness. Hey, now, here's another point about how backwards people are. Now, move the slide in here. Go ahead. Y'all say something. I'm going to be looking for it.
See, it's supposed to be a Bible-believing nation.
Okay.
We reading the Bible.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, let me just show, back it up a little bit. Where you got the wide panel. Come on, brothers. The wide panel. Right there. Showed it on the screen. What y'all are looking at here, this was as you can see, they're making a point that they said this is the first ever DNC panel on Palestinian rights. We need to restore the soul of the Democratic Party or democracy, whatever that was going to say. I don't know what it was going to say, but it's irrelevant. They're making a point of saying that they're trying to, now they want to address the situations that's going on over there. Now, I'm just showing this because I want to bring you a point to show you how gullible the people in America are. Now, move the slide up. Y'all go ahead and say something else because I want to find what I want to. Move it up to, see the woman that's sitting on the side of the man with the white on, with a microphone near her lips? I want to slide the cursor up to that point when she starts speaking. Because she's a doctor that was in Gaza, and she has first eyewitness accounts right there. First eyewitness account of the atrocities and the destruction that America is funding with this war over there. It's funding this kind of stuff. The reason why I bring this up is because the woman next to her, show the screen. You see the woman with the white blouse, and then you see the woman next to her with the black on.
Right.
The woman, this is a doctor. The woman with the white on, she's a doctor. She's actually over there. You're gonna hear. I'm gonna let certain pieces of that play. But the reason why I'm playing this, because people might be like, "Why is Bishop showing this?" To show you how gullible the people in this country are about their own government. To show you how wicked this system is, and that the people in this government don't even know what the hell's going on overseas. Now, okay, so she's telling what she's going to mention about things that's happening If what she's seen, whole families blown up, all kinds of stuff. And and the grief is going to so-called overcome the woman over there, as if this can't be happening. This can't be. You understand? Like, this is what America don't do. This is America's pastime. Come on, let's get to her speaking. I ain't got to, because she speaks for a while. Let's play. Let's see where we're at. Move it to where she's talking. What she's talking.
She spoke about some of what.
Stop. Get to the woman. Slide it up. Right. That's what I want. Play.
Months, we have witnessed civilian massacre after civilian massacre, school massacres where internally displaced people were sheltering, the Flower massacre.
Hold it, stop. Move the thing so they can see who's speaking. This is Esau. Dr. Tanya Haj Hassan. She's a volunteer in Gaza. A lot of hospitals in the States do this. Like when they have disaster-torn areas, such and such, right. They send doctors from all of these different universities to, quote-unquote, go and help in certain, like, disaster reliefs and stuff like that, right?
FEMA and all that.
Yeah.
Red Cross,
okay, right. So play on.
Massacres of people trying to collect water, massacres of people collecting aid at aid sites, massacre after civilian massacre. Entire families exterminated in one single bomb. Humanitarian.
This is what you're witnessing now. Keep it playing.
Healthcare workers killed and journalists killed in record numbers. Pediatric amputations in children that are breaking records. Over 17,000 children who have lost one or both parents since October in Gaza. We have treated so many children who have lost their entire family that it has a term has been coined to describe these children. You've probably heard it.
I want y'all to be mindful of something, because somebody might think by me playing this like I'm trying to muster sympathy for overseas. Mm-hmm. Nobody caught the hell that we caught.
Right.
Nobody. I mean, the stuff. I mean, we're still living in the aftermath of total destruction. Mm-hmm. Right. I mean, even right now, this very minute, our people are going through conditions worse than this here. That's what you describe it. But my point is that America puts a veil over people's intelligence where they act like these things are not happening. Okay, go ahead, play on.
Wounded child, no surviving family, WCNSF. This is a term that has been coined since October to describe this very frequent phenomenon that I personally witnessed more times than I can count while I was there. For children, I have held the hand of children who are taking their last gasps because their entire family was killed in the same attack and couldn't be there holding their hand and comforting them.
Now, hold it. This is an American-funded war. All of the weapons that's being sent over there is used to destroy these people. That's why I'm bringing this up. Mm-hmm. And this doctor is telling what she actually sees on the ground. Go ahead.
And could not bury them thereafter. For the children who I treated who were discharged, and survived, they face a Russian roulette of 100 ways that they will likely and potentially die when they leave the hospital due to the circumstances incompatible with life that have been architectured by this military assault. Direct bombing, starvation, dehydration, disease. Alarming reports of the first cases of polio in Gaza right now. Polio is a potentially deadly disease that causes paralysis, including paralysis of the muscles needed to breathe. That has been eradicated for decades in that region. There's been a polio vaccination campaign that essentially has eradicated the disease from the majority of the world, and now we're seeing cases emerging in a area of the world that has quick story to hear these numbers and think about individuals and what this means to them. I received a young boy into the emergency department during one of the mass casualties who had half of his face and neck blown off. Luckily, the organs that are vital for breathing and blood supply to the brain were preserved. They were visible, but preserved. And he was talking to us. He couldn't see himself, so he didn't know what he looked like at that point in time.
Now pause it. Now pause it. Just because I want to make sure that we don't lose sight. Could we find a picture of the brother that was carrying his headless sister. That happened in this goddamn country.
Black Wall
right here.
Street.
Right. Show that shit. Just so you'll know that when we say that, like the Bible says, these things that have been done have not been done as had been done to the Israelites.
Right.
Okay, that's Daniel. That's in the book of Daniel.
Right.
Okay, look at that. This is after America bombed when we were trying to pull ourselves up by our own imaginary bootstraps. They didn't give us any boots. We were trying to do something for ourselves because the segregation was so and the discrimination was so out of hand. We had to resort to dealing with each other. They said, well, listen, in order for us to survive, we need to have our own. White man, in his racist ass policy, said you are not allowed to have your own. We're going to use Miss Ann to lie and say that somebody raped them. Who the hell want to rape a white woman? Unless you're absolutely sick. You know. Yeah. And I'm saying I ain't being, racist or whatever. But what the hell? You understand what I'm saying? But they always use her to set off something like this. And because of that, they destroyed all of the district where we were trying to do something, which is what their plan was anyway. Yep. So they would make up stuff. That's my point. Just like Andrew Tate said, they will make up something. Yep. This woman probably don't even exist. They could just make up, manufacture people. Right. Oh, you raped so-and-so. Oh, you was ogling at so-and-so. Oh, you was this. I literally had a case where a woman was trying to get this brother out, mess his job up, saying that he was ogling at her. We had to look at what the hell is ogling? Ogling. Ogling. That's a woman probably ugly as hell. Talk about ogling.
No, have mercy.
Go ahead, man. So anyway, this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. So look at this picture here. They found a reason, manufactured a reason to destroy what we were trying to do on our own, despite the fact that we were thoroughly robbed when they brought us here. Let me just look at it. We weren't given shit when we came here, when they brought us here. We wasn't given 40 acres, nothing. Weren't even given anything at all. Everything that we got, we had to bust our skin to the bones. Literally. Right. Just to get an ounce, just to manufacture a shoelace, to pull a shoe strap, to make something for yourselves. And when they did that, they found the reason to do this here. And because of that, his sister's head is missing. And he finds it. How in the world did you identify? You know what that's like? You have to look at her body to try to say this is my sister, because you normally will recognize somebody by their face. The head is removed. So he had to how did my sister look? She had, maybe her hands were this way, maybe she had certain scratches on her knees or whatever. He had to look over her body to say, this is my sister. Her head is missing, but this is my sister.
Bishop, unless he actually seen.
He might have seen it happen.
Yes.
Yeah, he might have seen.
That's even worse.
That's even worse. That's even worse.
Exactly.
But America act like this didn't happen.
Right.
That's my point. That's my point in showing the other thing. But when I go back to the video that we were looking at. Did y'all show this while I was talking about it?
Yeah,
okay. Now, as she's speaking, the woman in the black gonna get so upset because these atrocities are just so overwhelming. Oh my goodness. That's what I wanted to play. Go ahead, hit it.
Asking for his sister. His sister was in the bed next to him. The majority of her body was burned beyond recognition. He didn't recognize that the girl in the bed next to him was his sister. His entire family, parents, and the rest of his siblings were killed in the same attack. That boy survived. And the next day, I went to see him, a very young plastic surgeon, one of the few remaining plastic surgeons in Gaza, because the others have either been killed or have fled, understandably, had removed part of his chest and created a graft to cover those vital organs of the neck. He was lying in his bed and mumbling because it was so difficult to talk. And he kept saying, I got really close to him and he said, I wish I had died too. And I said, what? And he said, I think my entire family has gone to heaven. Or it's not my entire family. His exact words were something effective. Everybody I love is now in heaven. I don't want to be here anymore. That is one of so many stories. I'm giving you. I'm so sorry, Leila, but I think people need to hear.
That's all I want. That's enough of these people. I wanted to show that because the brother asked, he said, why don't they talk about the Israelites like this here? Because they don't give a damn about us. That's the point. That's why they don't.
Right.
But I the reason why I did that was to deal with Heidi B. I'm gonna call her something else. Trying to talk about hypocrisy. If that wasn't hypocrisy, the word don't exist.
Right.
If what we just saw on the screen was not hypocrisy, there's no such. How in the world are you gonna talk about anything, about any injustice anywhere when the goddamn land that you're on is stolen?
Right.
The people the labor that you got to build the damn thing ain't never been paid. And then the ghettos, drugs, all types of minds broken, depleted.
Right.
Just basically lost, destroyed. We are so far away from normal, it's unbelievable. That's why I always make reference to that Tyrone situation. We have not been ourselves since.
Right.
We are definitely an absent-minded people. We are totally absent-minded of who we truly are. We are just basically shells of a created being in this country. The real soul of us is gone. We're trying to get it back now as Israel. But outside of that, we are basically the walking dead.
Right.
Go ahead. What you got?
Right. And that Heidi video, can I hear it one more time?
Yeah.
Because
I know we done went way off. I have all these. But it's all right. It's all right. Go ahead,
Bishop.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got to bring these things out.
I'll go real quick. You don't have to play it. The Heidi video, right? And she works for the WHO, the SPLC, and what she actually said is verbatim, darn near, what was written in the FBI document about how to dismantle black civil rights movement leaders in order to prevent the rise of the Black Messiah. She mentioned the discrediting so that the people become disillusioned with the righteousness of that leader before they go in and deal with them the way that they do. They use the word neutralize in the document, right?
Exactly.
But what she said is word for word what is written on that document. So what does that what does that mean that the SPLC is used for?
It will change till we get out of this.
Right. Who does that mean that they come from?
Exactly. So, y'all have any other points to bring up? Because I want to, let's see what time. I want everybody to get their points in before I throw my other point in.
No, you go ahead, Bishop.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, going back to what we was reading, what we started out with, right? What did we read? What was the first? We read
Romans
Zechariah.
8, verse 19.
Right. That's what I want. Read that again.
The book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 19. For the earnest expectation of the creature.
This is where us getting our soul back is about us manifesting into this unity that I was talking about earlier. All of the garbage that we went through is the stuff that we have to persevere through. We have to endure. We have to go through all these lies, all the slander, but we have to go in with the knowledge of knowing that we're going to beat the hell out of these nations. We know that when the deal is over, the Most High going to give us the power to put our enemies up under our feet. We have to know that, even if they kill us. You understand what I'm saying? I've been killed before. This ain't the first time I've been on this earth. You ain't going to fool me. I know better than that.
Right.
You understand? We've been on this earth many times before, so when you get me, I'm coming back. As long as I go out the right way.
Right.
You understand? I ain't going to go out like, oh, you ain't going to, you just go ahead and take me out. But when I come back, if the Lord, that's another thing too. Ain't nobody dying unless the Lord allows it.
Right.
That's the power that we got to roll with. You understand?
Yeah.
If the setup comes, if the murder comes, the assassinations come, it's because God allowed it.
Right.
Okay, the Lord is the one that wound and make alive and all that. So we understand that. So I ain't bugging out. You understand? I ain't bugging out. It's just like I said, I'm here now. I know, I was here before. I was here many times before. Let's read that real quick, just to mess up the skeptics. I just got to do it to them. Give me Deuteronomy 28:68. I just got to do it. Just because.
Deuteronomy.
It makes my teeth white.
That's right.
Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. That's right. You brothers on point. You're showing the ships right there. Read it again.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
With ships. Read Exodus 20:2. Exodus 20:2. We coming back over here.
Exodus chapter 20 and verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
So we were out of Egypt at this point in the book of Exodus. So here we are 3 books later, and the Lord is speaking through Moses. He said, and the Lord shall bring you. That's what thee is. Thee means you. Old Quaker, old English word. Thee means you. Thou means you. It's talking about us. It's talking about the people who you're speaking to. Read that Deuteronomy again.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Now, did the people that came out with Moses, because that's who Moses was speaking to, those people, did those people that Moses spoke to, did they go into captivity? Did they go into bondage again with ships? Did they? I'm talking about that exact that exact people that Moses was speaking to. Did they go into captivity?
No, sir.
You're guessing. You're trying to figure it out.
No, not in
You
that body.
understand? You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
I'm saying to that because I'm making a point that the spirits have been here before.
Yes, sir.
Did that when Moses said, "And the Lord shall bring you"? He didn't say your children. He didn't say your grandparents. He didn't say he said, "And the Lord shall bring you into bondage again with ships." Did they go into bondage with ships? No. Not their physical bodies, but when them spirits came back in the 3rd and the 4th generation, over generations, then they went into captivity, which meant that Moses was speaking to the spirit of those people. You get it? Not the body. He was speaking to the spirit of those people. That's why he said to Jeremiah, give me that 17:4. Jeremiah, watch this. Jeremiah 17:4.
Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 4.
Listen now.
And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee.
Stop. Did Jeremiah actually discontinue from his heritage?
No, sir.
No. He died knowing he was Israel. Read it again.
And thou.
And you, not your children, not your pappies, not your mamas. And thou, you, Jeremiah.
Even thyself.
Even your spirit. That's what he's saying. Even you, your spirit.
Shalt discontinue from thine heritage.
You shall discontinue from your heritage, but not in this particular body. When you come back generations later, you're not going to remember who you are. Read on.
That I gave thee.
That I gave thee. Go ahead.
And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not.
What land was this talking about? Because Babylon and areas over, they knew about those lands. What land is the Lord speaking to and telling Jeremiah, you're going to be brought on slave ships to this land that we did not know about? So we were back then. That's the point. So if we were back then and we're here now, we're going to be in the future.
Right.
That's the point. Exodus 34:7.
I got you. I was already holding it. Exodus chapter 34, verse 7. Keeping mercy for thousands, forgiving iniquity and transgression and sin, and that
by no means
will by no means clear the guilty.
Come on.
Visiting the iniquity of the fathers.
Visiting the sins of the fathers. Go ahead.
Visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children and upon the children's children, unto the 3rd and to the 4th generation.
To the 3rd and the 4th generation. So in other words, that's when we come back. Okay, give me St. John chapter 9, verse 1. St. John chapter 9, verse 1.
John chapter 9, verse 1. And Jesus passed by.
And Jesus, sweet Jesus. Go ahead.
And as Jesus passed by, he saw a man.
I'm making mockery of these Christians. That's where I said sweet Jesus, because Jesus ain't going to be sweet at all when he come back.
Right.
He chopping heads. He said he coming on that daggone horse with that 10-foot sword, basically. And when he go whoosh, there's going to be like 30 heads getting sliced off all the way. Hey, show that thing. It's going to be like 30 heads getting switched off at once. Heads going to be flying everywhere. That's like Sleepy Hollow. I love Sleepy Hollow. I love hear that sound of that shit.
The horse is coming. Yeah.
Whip. Come on, man. Read.
And as Jesus passed by, he saw a man which was blind from his birth.
Hold it. Jesus now. When they talking about regeneration ain't in the Bible? Here's a man that was born from his birth. He was born blind. Come on, read.
And his disciples asked him.
And his disciples, what did the disciples?
Asked him.
Hold it. I think the deacons went over that about the disciples last week, about them being disciplined students of Christ. They got their apostles and they got their, the disciples. These are people that learned under the master, learned under Christ. Read that. And his what?
And his disciples.
And Christ's disciples, meaning the people that Christ taught. Go ahead.
Asked him, saying, Master, who did sin?
Wait a minute now. If he's the teacher, why would the students talk to the teacher and ask him a question that he did not previously explain to them? Right. In other words, Christ had taught them that people pay for their sins through being born with certain conditions. So they were asking, is this one of those cases? Let's read that again.
And his disciples asked him, saying, Master, who did sin?
Who did the sin, Jesus, our teacher? Tell us, who did it? Go ahead.
This man?
Did this man sin? Now, wait a minute. How in the world would they say to the teacher, did this man sin, if Christ never taught them that? Why would they ask that question if Christ never taught them that? Did this man sin? Listen.
Or his parents.
Or his parents.
That he was born blind.
That he was born blind? How could you be born blind paying for a sin if you wasn't here? Right. Mm-hmm. You get it?
Mm-hmm. Regeneration.
Yep. You can only commit sin. You can't sin in the heavens. You sin here on earth. You got to be in a body to sin. Here's what's going to help. Give me the law. Transgression of the law. How in the world does a man commit sin? Was it 4 and 3?
Yes, sir.
Let's read that. Because he said, who did the sin? Let's find out what sin is for the dumb Christians that don't understand that.
1 John chapter 3, verse 4. Whosoever committeth sin.
Whosoever on the planet and in the universe everywhere. Whosoever commits sin.
Transgresseth also the law.
Where the hell are the laws at? In the Bible. The laws are in the Bible, and the laws pertain to us as people to tell us how to live. So when you break those laws, you commit sin. You can't commit sin in space. You can't commit sin in the spirit world. You don't do that. Job. Give me Job. Job, the 3rd chapter, verse 15. Job 3:15 or 14, one of them. Job 3, about the spirit world. Give me the 11th verse first.
Job chapter 3, verse 11. Why died I not from the womb?
Job was catching hell, and he said, listen, man, I might as well have been dead because I'm catching hell. This is when Job was going through his afflictions. Go ahead.
Why did I not give up the ghost?
Why did I not give up the spirit of life? Go ahead.
When I came out of the belly.
When I came out of my mother, when my mother birthed me. Go ahead.
Why did the knees prevent me?
Why did the knees allow me to be born? Go ahead.
Or why the breasts that I should suck?
Why did my mother feed me? Go ahead.
For now should I have lain
For now,
still.
if I had not got fed, if the knees didn't prevent me, if I didn't ever come out, where would I have been? Read that again. For what?
For now should I have lain still.
For now should I have lain still. Why is he saying I would have lain still? Because he would have been in the spirit world. That's what he's explaining. That's why he said that to Jeremiah 1 and 5. You somebody else give me that real quick. You stay there. Jeremiah 1 and 5. This is what it means. Okay?
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 1 and verse 5.
Read.
Before I formed thee in the belly.
Before I formed you, you existed. Before I put you in your mother's stomach, before I put you in the womb, I knew you because you existed. This is what he said to Jeremiah. I knew you because you existed before I put you in the uterus of your mama. You existed. That's the point. So this is what he said. So Jeremiah was in the spirit world, and the Lord is saying, I knew you in the spirit world, and before you was even conceived, I got things set up for you, but I knew you in the spirit world. This is what Job is making reference to. Read that in Job again.
Job chapter 3, verse 11. Why died I not from the womb? Why did I not give up the ghost when I came out of the belly?
Why did I not give up the spirit of life? Go ahead.
Why did the knees prevent me?
Read.
Or why the breast that I should suck? For now should I have lain still and been quiet.
For now, if I would have been out there with the Most High, I would have been quiet. My point is you don't commit sin out there. That's what I'm reading. Go ahead.
I should have slept. Then had I been at rest.
Then I have been at rest. So that's where you are when you're out there until the Most High call your spirit up to be judged. Like in Revelation 20, so you can understand. That's where that comes in at. When they open the books on what you did in your last life. And then because you did this and you did that, your punishment is blindness. Your punishment is you're going to be born without hands. Your punishment is you're going to be born without eyes. You're going to be born with your back all twisted up. That's the judgment. And that's what they were asking Christ. Is this one of those cases? That's what they meant. That's how that goes.
That's some heavy stuff, Bishop.
Yeah, that's what it's saying. So my point is we've been here. We've been here. That's how Moses was able to say, when you go into captivity with ships, you were the ones. Read that in John.
John. John chapter 9, verse, jump to where we left off?
Yeah.
Verse
Read that
3.
again, the whole thing.
Yes, sir. John chapter 9, verse 1. And as Jesus passed by, he saw a man which was blind from his birth. And his disciples asked him, saying, Master, who did sin, this man or his parents, that he was born blind?
That he was born blind. Let's see how Christ answered. Did Christ say, what are you talking about? Ain't nobody been here before to commit sin. You're out of your mind, disciples, even though I taught you. You crazy as hell. No, Christ did not respond to them that way because they were asking Christ something that Christ had taught them. That's the point. They were asking questions about what he had previously taught them. This is crystal clear. Did this man sin that he was born blind? How is it that people don't understand what we just read there? The part, when it said, or his parents, that throw people off. But the point is still there. Did this man sin that he was born blind?
Right.
That just kills it.
Right.
How in the world could you sin when you ain't? Go back to that Job. We didn't finish that about the spirit world. If you was never here, you can only commit this on earth. You can only commit this on earth. Go ahead. I'll see a message here. Go ahead.
Thank God for this
Job chapter 3, verse 13. For now should I have lain still and been quiet. I should have slept. Then had I been at rest.
Then had I been at rest. Come on.
With kings and counselors of the earth, which built desolate places for themselves.
Meaning all kinds of people are out there. Read.
Or with princes that had gold, who filled their houses with
silver. He would have been like these people. Go ahead, out there in the spirit world doing nothing but sleeping. Read. Come
or
on.
as an hidden, untimely birth.
I would have been. He's explaining that he was born, that he was what they call a stillborn. I would have been as a what?
Hidden, untimely birth.
Untimely birth meaning stillborn. Go ahead.
I had not been.
I had not been alive. Go ahead.
As infants which never saw light.
So I would have been as an infant that never saw light, meaning that I never was born into this earth. So when he was never born into this earth, where is he at? In the spirit world. Give me the verse where it says the wicked cease from troubling and all that. What verse is that in? That's in that same chapter.
17.
Read.
Verse 17. There the wicked cease from troubling.
Go ahead.
And there the weary be at rest.
The weary be at rest. My point is there's no sin out there. That's my point. There's no sin out there. You got to be on earth to commit sin. You dig it? You got to be here. So when Moses said that you will go into captivity again with ships, that means we were on the earth committing sins that we paid for later. Right. That's the point. That's the point. They can't read this in church at all. Can you imagine
Never
the
heard
kind
it
of
in church.
Can you imagine
Never.
the kind of dope needle of Christianity that they would have to inject in everybody's skulls to keep them from reading and understanding what we just read here?
That's heavy.
They can't read this. If they read this and get to understand that Christianity is done.
Yeah, it's over.
It's over. And they're going to pay because he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Because they were the ones that did it. Isaiah 14:21, prepare slaughter for his children for the crimes that their fathers did. Because they were their fathers doing it to us. That's how that works. That's how reap what you sow works. That's how it works. He that leadeth into captivity, they themselves are going into captivity. Period.
Right.
So there's no escape. We broke the laws of the Most High. We ended up on ships. We ended up over here getting the hell beat out of us, torn, robbed, and stripped of everything. And they lied and said all kind of evil, and then try to put us in the matrix to the point they think that we're gonna be gullible enough to believe that we're criminals. Right. We're gonna believe that we're some kind of hypocrites, and when we're the victims of every evil thought that has ever been put in this system. And the mere fact that we're trying to stand up and do something for ourselves, they demonize us. You know you got to be in a matrix. You know you got to be in, this has got to be a nightmare that we're living in. This cannot be real. Now, I know Esau said, oh, are they real? Bam. Or you do something to you. Like, is that real? You know what I'm saying? But my point is, you know there's a God.
Right.
That's my point. Yes, death is real. What we at is, that situation. But the Most High got the final chapter of this whole thing.
And Bishop, that video you played earlier, the same SPLC woman talking about sullying us. That's that same spirit is doing the same thing he done back then.
Yeah, say it again. Oh yes,
yes, doing the same thing. Because you just said he that leadeth in captivity shall go into captivity.
Right.
Just like this system,
yeah,
that's producing and sullying us, doing the same thing.
Right.
The same people. They're doing the same thing. Same people going in captivity.
Get Maccabees where it said popular persuasions.
572.
Yeah, I've still got to read about my topic. I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get to my manifestation thing.
First Maccabees, chapter 5.
I think 72 or 73.
Was it first or second?
First. Yeah.
There's no 7.
Is it second? You got it?
First Ezra, chapter 5.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Ezra.
I'm sorry. It's Ezra. Wow.
First Ezra, chapter 5, verse 73.
Yes, sir. This is the matrix. This is what they created for us.
First Ezra, chapter 5, verse 73. And by their secret plots and popular persuasions and commotions.
That's what they've done to people's minds in this country. Yeah, the daggone white woman getting up. She getting up, and I can't believe this is so overwhelming. Right. You in a damn daze. You don't know what this country is about. Complete destruction of people's everything. And they got everybody this. You know what? America basically gives the population laughing gas. Just think about that. The people are so gullible in this system. They did this in so-called education. I remember there was a term when I was coming up. I don't know if it was my college years. They called it the dumbing down of America. And they were literally, there was sayings. These were actual sayings that people would say, at least in the street there was. They were saying that people were being dumbed down in education. Because look, they started taking geography out the schools, start taking different things out the schools. And then giving you a replacement, like be a homosexual, for an example. How in the world? And listen to, there's so much you could talk about. They basically made a religion out of being a homosexual. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. It's almost like it's against the law to speak, to be against something that's so vile. The Bible speaks against it. The Bible says it is unseemly. After a while, they got to get rid of the Bible. I'm just letting you know what's coming. They got to get rid of this because this right here is against them completely investing in Satan. They got to get rid of this. They said, we've used it to blind the Israelites, but now they done woke up and found out that this Bible is the book of their fathers, and we got a problem now. We got a problem. Now we got to get rid of it. You understand? That same Bible says this is unseemly, so they said we can't have that. And if you quoted out the Bible, you're committing crimes. But yet they're saying, God, we trust. Just to show you how they boiled people's minds to oblivion.
Hypocrite.
And people have been given these dumb sitcoms, these dumb TV shows and all that, dumb TikTok videos. It's basically laughing gas to keep people stupid. That's basically what the system is about. And keep us as slaves. That's what it's all about. So, let me just read this and then just to tie up my title. Read that that Romans.
Yes, sir.
To show you what we have to endure through all of this, brothers and sisters. We got to get through this. We got to get through this thing.
Romans chapter 8, verse 19. For the earnest expectation of the creature waiteth for the manifestation of the sons of God.
Hold it. For the earnest expectation of the creature. Jump to verse 22.
Verse 22.
Let's find out what the creature is that I want to bring out. Read.
For we know that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain together until now.
Why is the creation is doing what?
Groaneth.
Groaneth. Meaning it's in agony. It's in agony. It's in agony. It's in terrible straits. The earth is catching hell. Hold that. We're coming back here. I want 2 scriptures. Go to Genesis where the curse with Cain, where it said, "Thou shalt not," when he tilled the ground, and then give me Ezekiel to show you us manifesting. When Adam messed up, everything went to hell. Basically, everything caught hell. The birds caught hell. The animals caught hell. The people caught hell. Everybody's minds is polluted into foolishness and sickness. We on a vortex of complete silliness and destruction and debauchery and every other filthy thing you can think of. You got it? It's
Yes,
the
sir.
4th chapter.
Genesis chapter 4, verse 11.
Read that.
For now art thou cursed from the earth.
Go ahead.
Which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand.
Now, this is talking about in the garden. Go ahead.
When thou tillest the ground,
when thou tillest the earth,
it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength.
Because the Most High is not going to allow the earth to really yield her strength to this beast, because the wrong rulers are on it. The earth is not going to give the earth is not going to give her increase to a fool, basically, because we're not ruling. Understand what I'm saying? The earth is waiting to say, listen, will the right people stand on me so that I can yield forth the greatness? Because this vagabond was going to pollute the earth. This vagabond was going to mess the things up. People's minds is messed up. The fish, everything is all jacked up now. So the earth is not going to yield her increase to this vermin, to Cain.
It's full potential.
It's not going to do it at all. So I wanted to read that. Now give me Ezekiel. So now the earth has been in a curse since then, all the way up to when we get the kingdom back. Ezekiel 36, I think it is. Ezekiel 36. I tell you the verse. It's a verse that says how he's going to bless us. Let me see.
14.
No. 30, verse 30.
Oh, yes, sir. Ezekiel chapter 36, verse 30.
Now, when we get back in our land, this is what's going to happen. Read.
And I will multiply the fruit of the tree.
Meaning us. Come on. No, of the literal land. Read it.
And I will multiply the fruit of the tree.
Go ahead.
And the increase of the field.
Go ahead.
That ye shall receive no more reproach of famine among the heathen.
Go ahead. This is talking about the land. Go ahead.
Then shall ye remember your own evil ways and your doings that were not good, and shall loathe yourselves in your own sight for your iniquities and for your abominations.
Right. Go ahead.
Not for your sakes do I this, saith the Lord God. Be it known unto you. Be ashamed and confounded for your own ways, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord God. In the day that I shall have cleansed you from all your iniquities, I will cause you to dwell in the cities, and the wastes shall be builded, and the desolate land shall be tilled.
And the what?
And the desolate land shall be tilled.
Go ahead.
Whereas it lay desolate in the sight of all that passed by.
So that goes with Genesis. So now the Most High is going to allow that land to be brought. Now it's going to yield forth her increase when we are put back on it to do it the right way. That's why I wanted to read this here. You get it?
Yes, sir.
You get it? Yes, you get what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So go back to Rome. Go ahead.
You want the next verse?
Yes, come on.
And they shall say, this land which was desolate is become like the Garden of Eden.
Boom. That's the proof that what we read in Genesis connects with this here. Now go back to what we was reading.
Romans chapter 8, verse 19. For the earnest expectation of the creature waiteth for the manifestation of the sons of God.
So that it can be tilled and blossom and yield to us her increase. That's why it says that in Ezekiel, it says for her branches will be stretched out For it is the Israelites who are for to come. That's in that same chapter. I forgot what verse it's in, but it's in that same Ezekiel 36. It says, for ye shall shoot forth your branches when the real Israelites come back home. You want to look for that verse real quick?
Yes, sir.
Look for that real quick. With time running. But I'm reading this because I'm saying for us, the true spirit of God's unity is going to work when we really evolve to this level of righteousness. But we have to work at it. We have to work at it.
36 and 8 also.
Yes, that's it.
Thank
Read
you.
that. Thank
Ezekiel chapter 36, verse 8. But ye, O mountains of Israel.
The same. He's still talking about the land. Go ahead.
Ye shall shoot forth your branches and yield your fruit to my people of Israel.
The real Israelites, when we go back home. Go ahead.
For they are at hand to come.
Because we are going home. And when we go home, we ain't never coming back to this filthiness no more. And I thank God for that.
Praises.
That's what I wanted to get to. I wanted to just mention those things. So, I'll let me just read these definitions. Put up the Zenith, and we're going to show some of them videos of us, when we was in Oakland. Okay. This is what we have. This is where we have to evolve to. We have to keep on working. Read that line, Kim.
Zenith.
So when I made the point, when I said, let me just quote the title again. I said, God's unity at the apex. I looked up apex already, right? The tip-top point, like the pinnacle of our manifestation. And it's about us manifesting. That's what we was reading in Romans 8 and 19. For the manifestation or the maturation of the nation of Israel. We got to mature into being real men. We have to mature into being the gods of the Most High. That, like he said, ye are gods. We are the powers of this earth. That's what Israel means. We have to evolve to that. We have to continue to endeavor to get there. Although there's much opposition, we have to go through all of that, because through all of that opposition, it's going to make us perfect, because we're going to win this thing. And like our elder in the past used to always say to us, never give up. He said that. He said, no matter how hard it gets, do not give up, because there's nothing out there but death. Okay, read that.
Zenith, noun, 1. The time at which something is most powerful or successful.
That's going to be us. At the time when we are the most powerful and successful, they ain't going to be able to do a damn thing with us. When the most, this going to be like, he's the one, like the Matrix. Right. He's the one. Once he realized who he was like deflecting bullets and all that. Like he was laughing at it. He had known it. That's where we going to be at. That movie was heavy, but that's where we going to go. So, in closing, God's unity is going to be experienced at the apex, at the tip top of our manifestation. And we have a long way to keep stepping. Each time we do it, we get better and better and better. And we're maturing, we're manifesting into what God meant for us to be. Although all the nations have worked together collectively to strip us of all of that, the Lord is bringing it right back to us. And everybody going to pay for what they did to this nation.
That's right.
The hell with Gaza. You better pay attention to what's happening with the Israelites.
Right.
That's what's coming. Mm-hmm. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Y'all got any closing remarks, brothers? Yeah, get them Oakland videos ready. Yes.
I ain't got nothing.
Okay, sir. Okay, I went all over the place. Had all these scriptures. It was all right. But we went over some scriptures, right? We got some good stuff out. Hope brothers and sisters learned a lot from what we brought out. We say happy Sabbath to my brothers and sisters, because the Sabbath is just about it. Hit the button.
Stop this prophecy! The prophecy is that the two kingdoms shall become one. They shall join together in the last days.
What you're seeing is a lot of leaders.
We all knew this time would come.
In the Northern Kingdom tribes, rising up.
A time to raise our banners and take back what's rightfully yours.
Us returning back to the greatness that the Lord has allotted for us.
For too long, we've been at the bottom.
What you're seeing is a
lied to,
consistency. You have a momentum that's moving
living
forward.
in trash.
There's not so much time.
Addicted to drugs.
We've kind of taken.
But this time, it's different.
Yo, stop. What the hell's going on in there? Why?
this time will come. A time to raise our banners and take back what's rightfully ours. Far too long we've been at the bottom, lied to, living in trash, addicted to drugs. But this time is different.
If you don't look at the camera, bro, an army.
So proud of our beautiful black men. Be discouraged on this right here. Yes.
This is what we need. We need these brothers and sisters to wake up. Deep. Yeah, deep. Woo.
We are the light in the darkness, the voice for the voiceless, the strength in weakness. We are the Israelites.
Don't even know what we've been through. Came with the cutters for demons, ain't talking no ginsu. Little the clips ain't no pencil. Scripts ain't a magazine, but it don't fix up an issue. Lately a lot on my mental. Living forever a must is essential. When the Lord come in, the world gonna tremble. Burning in flames and then go by the missiles. Ay, shine in the darkness for heaven's sakes, and we ain't stopping till we see in heaven gates. Watching us rise, we gon' elevate. Spirit knock him off his feet, watch him levitate. Friday night raw with some heavyweights. United we stand, ain't no Emirates. Sons of the living, you know you can't. Sons of the living, you know you can't replicate.
Woo! All praise to the Most High, brothers and sisters. We had to get that right, man.
Man, that's the way to finish, Bishop. I gotta say this, Bishop. I didn't know y'all was picking them boots up, putting them down too.
Right.
Good God Almighty!
Yeah, we got to do it, bro.
Shucks,
We gotta
man,
do
I
it.
think that's one of my favorite ones.
We got to do it right.
Man, did it pound?
Yeah.
Woo!
All praise to the
Bishop
Lord.
was in sync. Good God Almighty!
Yes, sir. Yeah,
Oh,
hey,
praise.
Hey, remember, we used to do that.
Oh man.
You know, we still got a little step.
Oh
you
yeah,
know.
no doubt.
It
No
started
doubt.
with us, so
I believe that. I know. It's good to see that. Shoot, that's very inspiring right there.
All right,
All praise.
come on, brothers. What y'all got?
Yes, sir.
I'm just sitting here. I'm just loving what I saw. I'm
All
loving
praise to the Lord, man. Beautiful, beautiful. So we're gonna continue to manifest, brothers and sisters.
Yes, sir.
So let us continue to endeavor. Let us continue to endeavor, and continue to pray. We got to read our 4 chapters a day. We got to do that. We got to endure. We got to persevere because the trials are coming. Okay, and we got to fast often, study, pray, and apply. We got to do these things, right? So, brothers and sisters, this is about us manifesting into the unifying force that the Lord is trying to bring back to us. So let us remember that, okay? Happy Sabbath, my brothers and sisters. We say shalom. We give all praise to the Most High and His Son, Jesus Christ, for allowing us to be able to bring the word of God to you. So we say shalom, brothers. What you got? Come on. Let's close it up.
Go ahead and close it out.
Don't neglect to give alms. Donate to IUIC Gastonia at iuic.gastonia.nc@israelunite.org. And also the Booster Club at iuic.fundraising@israelunite.org. Subscribe also to the Bible Book of Our Fathers YouTube channel at Bible Book of Our Fathers. Use also that QR code to rate our broadcast. Give us some feedback. And also make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And tune in every Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Bible Book of Our Fathers radio show.
Okay. Well, with that, brothers and sisters, we say shalom. Happy Sabbath to you, brothers
Shalom,
and sisters.
Israel.
Stay in the spirit. Stay in the spirit.
Happy Sabbath. Most High Christ bless.
Most High Christ bless.
Shalom. Most High Christ bless.